we're back once again, ladies and gentlemen, with some more Music Village. And yeah, Maestro during the break was saying, I thought you were talking about the Twilight Zone movie during the intro to mention for one of the movies for the week. And I think we mentioned it last year, so I decided to switch it to Tales from the Dark Side just in case. But instead of talking about last minute changes that we decided to make on the fly, I think it's time for us to check out a couple of these cool games trying to make their way to the main stage for another edition of the Friday Night Greenlight. And the first game that we have up comes from the developers LZR Game with their game Cucumber Defense VR. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of Ratinator with a little hint of the Veggie Tales in there as well. Yeah, because it's Cucumber Defense, and I think a giant oversized cucumber is gonna be there trying to say, oh no, he's gonna get us. But apparently, according to the Maestro, it's not. But either way, here's hoping in the near future for this game, they give you a flamethrower. And Maestro said that's a terrible idea if you're trying to protect your garden, but in my opinion, with the giant oversized caterpillars, beetles, I think spiders that are most likely involved, burn them alive. I don't care. I mean, the garden, it'll grow back, but them giant oversized bugs that look like something from out of Starship Troopers, I don't want anywhere near me. And Maestro, besides laughing over there in the corner, I think it's time for us to go into the next game, which comes from Pickle. Pickle. I've now got freaking... comes from the developers Pixel Canvas Studios, as I try to regain my composure, with their game Reiko's Fragments. And apparently, according to the Maestro, it's Reiko's Fragments. You sure? Alright, we'll go with that then. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of Dead Silence with a little hint of Hello Neighbor in there as well. And here's hoping in the near future for this game, besides the fact that it's already a multiplayer game that involves you playing as Ghost or somebody trying to escape from his house, they also give you the option of actually trying to capture the ghosts as well. You know, cause I got a feeling the only thing you can do from them now is run, but I would rather capture them or try to defeat them instead of running from them. You know what I mean? Anyway, the next game that we have up, which comes from the developers Clip Stories Inc. with their game History Warriors. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of that one episode of Dexter's Laboratory when he had those giant oversized presidential figures fighting against each other with a little hint of King of Fighters in there as well. And here's hoping in the near future, besides the fact that you could be William Shakespeare, Cleopatra, Abraham Lincoln, Joan of Arc, Che Guevara, Shaka Zulu, Mozart, Napoleon, they also add the ability for you to be Ramses and I guess Attila the Hun along with Vlad the Impaler. You know, add more characters to the mix. That's the only thing I hope for in the near future. And oh, before we go any further, the final boss in this game is Hitler. I'll let you know something. Anyway, next game that we have up comes from the developers Shark Fin Games with their game Last Shark Standing. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of Street Sharks with a little hint of, I guess, Gang Beasts. Yeah. And here's hoping in the near future that this game allows you to have environmental attacks along with special attacks to take out your enemies. And according to the Maestro telling me to flip to page 2, oh, they do have environmental attacks. A chance for you to open up the ship and send them to the bottom of the brig. Nice. What about anything else? Oh, page 8. And another attack of you taking out somebody with a giant tidal wave. Alright, so you can be King Neptune in this. Appreciate it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, besides giant oversized shark attacks, and I got a feeling Aquaman involved in it some way, shape, or form, the last but not least game that we have up for this week comes from the developers Jason Goodbay with his game, Discolored. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of Rainbow Bright with a little hint of Gravity Falls mixed in there as well. And here's hoping in the near future. For this game, they allow you to use some form of rainbow gun to activate the colors in the world. You know, besides the chance of using the different prisms of light that you could use, like if this was a Pink Floyd album, yeah, a rainbow gun to recolor the world. Neither that or a giant oversized paintbrush if this was 2 Paintissimo. Whichever one sounds cooler. And if you guys want to check out any of these other cool games trying to make their way through the steam machine via cargo plane, cargo ship, or subterranean train that's currently rumbling underneath your toes, you can head on over to the Steam.StorePower page, only known as Steam.StorePower.com, and click ever so lightly on that Indy button, then click once again on that upcoming page to check out a whole bunch of cool games that are so cool they can even be scary at times. Yeah, very scary, especially the one where you're fighting Hitler's final boss. And I guess with that said, folks, I think it's time for us to go back into this music once again. And when we return, we'll be back with another new terrifying edition of the DJ Smokey's Tales from the Disc right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.